You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Thank you, Mom. Let's breathe that in. Ooh. It is so sweet to be in the presence of love and to be here with each other. And to feel the power of love. Because true love isn't an emotion, it isn't sentimentality, it's the force that created the universe. And we are feeling it, we are experiencing it, it is moving through us now, we are expressing as it. I loved our daily word today, motherly love. It showed us that everybody, if we allow it to happen, can be a channel of that nurturing, compassionate, caring love. But we got to let go. We got to release all the thing that stands in the way of it. Yeah? You know, all of those hurts and resentments and slights, we got to do our forgiveness work. It's not so much about trying to get love or make love. It's getting everything out of the way of love. Everything that stands in the way of it moving in and through us in every moment. Amen. Wherever we are, love is. Yes. So I have my drum with me this morning. Give me this. And thank you to everybody who took the time to send us a picture of your mom or somebody that represents that love, that loving energy to you. This is a really powerful symbol to me. It represents our heartbeat. And this drum was given to me by my sister, who almost always loves me unconditionally. If you're watching me on the internet today, I love you, Dana. Just kidding. But she had a Native American man make this for me. He was part of a tribe in Utah. My sister and I have Cherokee blood, and our colors we use for the medicine wheel are red and yellow, black and white. Maybe you've heard that before if you grew up in Sunday school, right? But his colors for his tribe, for the 4 directions, are red and blue and black and white. And it was very close to what we use. Everybody has a different way of looking at the same thing, yes? So what this represents to me, purpose, because I gave it away and it came back to me. It represents unconditional love to me. It represents a different way of thinking about God. Because before I started hanging out with the Native American folks and the Unity New Thought folks, I had a belief in a God that was kind of mean and was going to get me, and there wasn't anything I could do right. And so I kind of turned my back on God for a long time. I had the attitude that, well, if I'm going to hell, I might as well have a good time on the way. So I acted up quite a lot, got in a lot of trouble, and my friend Nancy, who's since passed on, she was going about an hour away from where we lived in Huntsville to hang out with the Native American people, and she would come back and talk about this thing they were doing called the Sweat Lodge. And I said I wanted to go, and she didn't take me for a while because she was afraid I would show out. But I begged her, and she finally gave in and took me down there. And one of the things you do, you build this little tent and put blankets on willow poles is what we used. And you build a fire and you carry the rocks into the lodge. And we looked at going into the lodge like going into the womb of the mother. And what a safe place it was for me to go in there with those folks. We would bring our drums and sing our songs. I'm going to sing you a couple of songs they taught me here in a little bit. And I felt really safe in there. They talked about when you came back out of the lodge, it was like being reborn. This was a different way of thinking about being born again that I was taught when I grew up. They gave me permission to think about God in a different way. And it saved my life because I could not have a relationship with my grandmother's God. I could not have a relationship with my parents' God. I could not have a relationship with the God that I was taught when I was growing up. But these folks gave me a different way of thinking about it. And I remember the first time I went to a Unity church and I heard someone pray, Father, Mother, God. I had never heard that before. I thought about that for a long time. Father, Mother, God. What does that mean? What are they talking about? This idea that there is a nurturing, loving, compassionate aspect to God was something that was foreign to me, but it was very exciting at the same time. And they taught me that this presence, this loving presence, is in everything. We refer to animals as our brothers and sisters, our cousins, our trees and the grass, or our aunts and uncles. You know, when you bring this, you heat the rocks up and you bring them into the lodge, we'd say, welcome, grandfather. When we brought the energy in, welcome, grandfather. And I had a friend of mine that was struggling with her relationship with God because she had been abused by her father growing up. And she could not hear our Father who art in heaven without thinking of what her father had done to her. And she was struggling to be happy and to be free. And we were talking about it one day, and I said, you know, you ought to go with me and meet these folks down here. Maybe it'll give you a different idea. It helped me. So she started going down there with me. She went once, and she kept coming back. And one day, she had driven us down there. It was about an hour from Huntsville, from where I used to live. And on the way home, she was very quiet. And suddenly, she said, thank you for introducing me to this, because y'all talk about Grandmother Moon a lot. We even a song that we used to sing to honor the moon. And she said, you know, my father wasn't a very good father, but I loved my grandmother so much. And she was my safe place. She was where I felt unconditionally loved. And so when y'all talk about Grandmother Moon, I think about my grandmother and how much she loved me. And that was the little doorway that she needed. That was the little key in the lock that changed her mind a little bit about God. And she began to have a relationship with a power greater than herself, and I watched her change and become a happier person than she had been when I met her before. And I saw her begin to experience a little bit of freedom. And so that's what being in unity has done for me. It's saved my life. This is why I'm so passionate about our teachings, because I was on the road to nowhere really quick, and Unity saved my butt. I would not be here. I would probably be dead if it wasn't for my Native American friends and the stuff they taught me, and for all the people in Unity, all those little old ladies in my first church that loved me unconditionally and just said, it's going to be okay. Keep coming back. It's going to be all right. And you know what I've learned today is that I don't always have to go outside of myself to get that love. It's inside of me, and I'm learning how to take care of myself, how to love myself with that unconditional love that's been showered on me by all of those other ladies and some men in my life that have shown me that unconditional love and guidance and support and inspiration, that it's available to us all the time. It's all around us all the time. And, you know, sometimes we say, Happy Mother's Day. Well, some people might not have had a really happy relationship with their mom. Maybe you're a mom and you don't have that great of a relationship with your children, you know. But don't make the mistake that I did, thinking that all of God's love has got to come through one little opening. You know, that mother love, that unconditional love, it wants to love us. It wants to know us. And it's around us all the time if we're willing to be present to it and look for it and do the forgiveness and releasing work that we need to do to get our stuff out of the way so that it can come to us and through us. So I just want to take a minute this morning and just honor all of those folks that have shown us that love. I know that you have at least one person in your life that has given you that, has been there for you. So thank you for allowing yourself to be that channel for us, whoever it is for you. You know, last week I did a little self-love and a little self-care. Went to a little place in the middle of nowhere by myself, and I sat by the river a lot and turned my phone off and just didn't worry about what time it was or anything I had to do. And we call it self-care. You might have heard that word before. And it's not just for spiritual leaders. It's for everybody. Because one thing that I hear so much from people that come to share with me these days is, I'm afraid, I'm stressed out, I'm anxious, I'm busy, I don't seem to be able to do everything that I need to do, you know. What we need to do sometimes is just quit doing and be a little bit. Just be and look for the love. Drink it in. Feel it. Learn how to give that to ourselves. But also, I have another tribe today. It's my ministers group. Some of y'all heard me talk about this before. There we are at our last meeting after I spent a couple of days down by the river. I went and hung out with all these folks, and we spend some time 3 times a year just eating and laughing and sharing with each other from the heart, learning and growing. So I remember the first time that I got with these folks. It was 10 years ago. Every time we meet at a different church. And so this time, 10 years ago, when I first got here, they were meeting in Savannah. And I went and hung out with them, and we go around in a circle, and everybody does what we call a heart check. Well, when it came my turn to give my heart check, I just bust open crying. Like, I don't know if I made the right decision. My son is so far away from me. I've never been this far from him before. You know, I'm worried about him. You know, do you have that picture of Jason Dale and Jimmy Dale? If you, there's no doubt he's my son. I mean, that's both of us about the same age. So he's somebody that shows me that unconditional love, that mother love, that nurturing and compassion. He took care of me as much as I took care of him a lot of the time. So now I have my minister tribe, and I want y'all to know that you all have a tribe too. Just look around you. This is your tribe right here. This is your family. Remember, one of our core values is spiritual home. So you're at home this morning. You're with people who love you and care for you and want to support you and inspire you. So if you want to be part of this family, all you got to do is get involved. Like reach out, like get to know somebody, ask somebody to go for lunch or coffee, hang out and fellowship between the services. Next Sunday after church, we're going to Debbie's Restaurant downtown. It's a good way to get a good deal on a meat and three, a good old down-home cooking, and get to know your spiritual family and make connections and teach each other how to love and how to support. So one of the things that we did at our ministers' meeting last week was the church. Show them that picture again of the group. We're in the little church, Unity East of Atlanta, that is in Conyers, Georgia, and that's their sanctuary. It holds 50 people, and they're busting at the seams. So they just bought 14 acres of land in a very nice part of Conyers near the horse farms. If anybody's been up there, you know where the horse park is. There's a lot of horse farms, so they've got a creek that runs through the property. And part of what we did while I was up there is we went and blessed the land together. And so they gave all of us water out of the creek. So as you may know, we have a project to buy a fountain for our courtyard. So once we raise enough money for the fountain, we're going to use this water that all the ministers bless to bless and install our fountain in our courtyard and just share that love and that energy and stuff.
June the 30th is the deadline for contributions.
Becky says June the 30th is the deadline for contributions for the fountain. So you can see Monique, thank you for heading up that project. You can see Becky. Ruth, who's working in the bookstore today, is our new financial person at the church. So you can talk to her. Yes. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth. She's down the hall. So I just want you to know that this love is available to you all the time. Sometimes we get hung up on how it has to look. Y'all all know the story I've told before about the person that was new in sobriety and they wanted a relationship and they were praying for love, and one day a puppy showed up on their front porch, right? You know, it doesn't always come wrapped up the way we think it should look, but it's available to us all the time, and it's right here in this room this morning. So let's go within one more time. Let's come apart a while again and just drink that love in. Just breathe deeply and feel the love that's around you and within you right now. Wherever we are, God is. God is within us and around us all the time. So this is your opportunity to really use the power of the group and drink that love in. Just take a big breath. As we breathe in, let's imagine that we're drinking in love and power and beauty. And as we exhale, we're just releasing and letting go. Breathing in love and breathing out everything that we don't want to carry around anymore. Anything that's in the way of love, we just dissolve it back into the nothingness from whence it came. Goodbye. Thank you. And love is here now. Love is here. Love is within us. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Hey, young, oh, young, hey, young, young. 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 The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Hey, young, oh, young, hey, young, young. Hey, young, oh, young, hey, young, young. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every step we take. Hey, young, oh, young, hey, young, young. 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 Oh, Mother God, through our hearts we give thanks for the bread of our lives, for the hands in the earth and the fruit of your womb. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, thank you for this day, for the love that you wash over me, and this joy in my heart I will share with the world. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, blessed be. Oh, Mother God, flowing through our hearts, we give thanks for the bread of our lives.
in the earth and the fruit of your womb, O Mother God, blessed be. O Mother God, blessed be. O Mother God, thank you for this day, for the love that you wash over me, and this joy in my heart I will share with the world. O Mother God, blessed be. O Mother God, blessed be. O Mother God, flowing through our hearts we give thanks for the bread of our lives, for thy hands in the earth and the fruit of your womb. O Mother God, blessed be. 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 I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. This song has two parts to it, so I invite you to pick the part that you like the most, and let's sing them together right now. I am opening up. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Now you can sing that with me, or you can sing with Kyle. What are you singing, Kyle? I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. Here we go, both parts together. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I'm opening. I'm
Who feels like standing up this morning? If you're gonna open up, you better stand up. As you're able.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love. Let me hear you say it. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. 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 I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening. I'm opening.
Give yourselves a hand for opening up and feeling the healing. There's a healing in the room this morning. Do you feel healed? Do you feel renewed? I feel the love. Oh, man. We've fallen out on the front row up here. So we have 5 basic principles that we teach and practice here at Unity. Our first principle, there is only one power, one presence in my life, in the universe. Mom. Our second principle, we are the Christ of Mom in expression. Tell somebody, you are the Christ of Mom in expression. Our third principle, we call the law of mind action. What is it? Thoughts plus feeling equals outcome. Our fourth principle reminds us what? There is power in affirmative prayer. And our fifth principle is we must live the truth that we know. So if you feel that you've been blessed this morning and you would like to give back, this is your opportunity. So if you've come prepared with a love offering, a tithe, a donation, a gift, whatever you want to call it, I invite you to get that ready now. We're so grateful for your presence today, the presence of love. Tell somebody, I'm grateful for your presence. I'm grateful for your presence. Thought plus feeling equals outcome. So let us feel thankful and grateful.
Dear Heavenly Mother, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to give, because we understand that all and everything comes from you. And so as we give these blessings, we know that it will bless this community, go out into the outer community, into the universe, and return back to us 1,000-fold. And for that, we are grateful. So let us take that into our hearts as we say our offertory blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now, right here, right now.
Let's welcome our children in.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna
So we have a special blessing to bless our children together. God loves you and accepts you just the way you are. And I love you and accept you just the way you are. I see the Christ in you. Now we'll receive their blessing. Thank you. So I just want to remind you that next Sunday after church, we're going to go out to eat at Debbie's restaurant. And Rachel in the booth is starting a new meditation service on the first and third Tuesdays. Rachel, stand up so we can all see. She's a very experienced meditation teacher as well as many other things. So May the 21st, put that on your calendar, is the first service. It's an hour-long meditation with a chance to talk a little bit afterwards. So please come and support Rachel. And call your mama. Let's all stand and join in our closing song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.